Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. There's been a lot of news coverage lately around topical isotretinoin, some even describing it as a potential alternative to oral isotretinoin, also known as Accutane. So in this video, I want to break down the evidence around how well does topical isotretinoin work for acne, and could it potentially be an alternative to oral isotretinoin that could help us to capture some of the benefits we see with oral isotretinoin and Accutane while minimizing some of the risks and challenges associated with it. Now, you may have noticed a bunch of those news articles that I shared before kind of pertain to a single company. And before we start, I just want to, in full transparency, I have no relationship with that company. I do some consulting work with other companies in the acne space, including telemedicine companies like Honeydew Care, and I have not received any money from any of them related to this content. I just want to review the evidence around topical isotretinoin so you can be informed about how well does it work in the treatment of acne and what can we expect from it. So let's dive into the data. The first study I want to discuss is a pivotal randomized double-blind controlled trial by Chalker and colleagues that compared topical isotretinoin 0.05% versus vehicle in the treatment of acne. And this was a relatively large study. It included 268 individuals who were randomized to either topical isotretinoin 0.05% or the vehicle. And they did find that topical isotretinoin was effective in treating acne. Those who received the topical isotretinoin had greater improvements in comedonal lesions, whiteheads and blackheads, in inflammatory papules and pustules, and in acne severity than those who received the vehicle. And these differences were statistically significant as early as week 8 of treatment. So this study highlights that topical isotretinoin absolutely can work in the treatment of acne. But an important question is, how well does it work? And our second question, could it be an alternative to oral isotretinoin, to Accutane? So let's dive into some of the data around that. So, following this initial trial, David Elbaum conducted a randomized double blind controlled trial that was 12 weeks long of 16 patients who were treated with either topical tretinoin 0.05% or topical isotretinoin 0.05%. And as many of you may be aware, topical tretinoin is one of our standard kinds of topical retinoids that we use in the treatment of acne. So, how do these compare to each other? Well, when you look at how well they work, they both were very similar. They couldn't really detect any difference in effectiveness between these two treatments. In addition, both of these treatments were photolabile. We know a challenge with tretinoin is that it can be reactive to light. Some of our newer topical retinoids like adapalene and tazarotene don't have this issue, but this is a common challenge with tretinoin. It's one of the reasons we use it in the evening. And not surprisingly, isotretinoin had some similar issues where it was also photolabile. So, what about other treatments used like benzoyl peroxide? So, Hughes and colleagues conducted a double blind randomized controlled trial of 77 patients who received either isotretinoin 0.05% or benzoyl peroxide 5% or a vehicle. And just like that first study, they did find that topical isotretinoin was effective. It was more effective than vehicle in the treatment of acne. However, compared to benzoyl peroxide, both had extremely similar effectiveness, efficacy, and in fact, benzoyl peroxide seemed to work a little bit faster, particularly for inflammatory lesions. You can see this on the figure on the right. So these data would suggest that topical isotretinoin is no more effective than benzoyl peroxide 5%, a common over-the-counter treatment for acne. If anything, might be a little bit slower at working. So thinking back to our question of could topical isotretinoin replace oral isotretinoin? Probably not based on these data. If it's not going to be more effective than over the counter benzoyl peroxide, it's probably unrealistic to expect that we're going to see any sort of high efficacy for more severe acne or nodular cystic acne, or that's going to be delivering long term clearance like we can see with oral isotretinoin. Now, the next study I want to share is a randomized controlled trial by Dominguez and colleagues, where they randomized 30 patients to receive either topical isotretinoin or retinoic acid. And in this study, they found again similar efficacy between these two retinoid type of products, maybe slightly better tolerability for the isotretinoin formulation, though they mentioned that these have different vehicles. And then, of course, vehicle we know can affect tolerability. We see this with lotion formulations of topical retinoids. When you do that, you get a lot more tolerability. So again, nothing here striking that topical isotretinoin is demonstrating some extremely impressive efficacy on par with what we see with oral isotretinoin. And then finally, I want to share this study by Anitis and colleagues, which compared adapalene 0.1% versus isotretinoin 0.05%. This was an 80 participant randomized controlled trial. Of note, this was not a blinded study. It was an open label study, which is a limitation of it. In this study, both of these retinoids, again, had very similar efficacy, but notably, adapalene was better tolerated. There was less erythema, redness, there's less irritation with it. So this would suggest that adapalene 0.1% has some advantages compared to topical isotretinoin. They have similar efficacy, they both work well, but topical adapalene was better tolerated. So, putting things together, topical isotretinoin does appear to be an effective treatment for acne. And in fact, there have been approved topical isotretinoin formulations available in many countries for decades. So, we have plenty of clinical experience using it. However, if one's expecting topical isotretinoin to be particularly effective to be an alternative to oral isotretinoin, it just doesn't seem to be a realistic expectation. When we look at the efficacy, how well topical isotretinoin works, it's pretty much on par with any other single agent topical medication, whether it's over the counter strength 5% benzoyl peroxide, over the counter strength 0.1% adapalene, or tretinoin. It seems to be on par with those treatments. And unlike those treatments, it may be more photolabile compared to adapalene. It may be less tolerated than adapalene. It may not work as well as benzoyl peroxide. So this is not a treatment that's jumping out as something that's incredibly efficacious. It certainly can be helpful, but if our expectation is that this is going to be an alternative to oral isotretinoin, that's probably super unrealistic because we would never consider topical tretinoin or over-the-counter strength 0.1% adapalene or 5% benzoyl peroxide to be an effective alternative to oral isotretinoin. So again, something I do think could have a role. It has some effectiveness. Personally, I would probably rather be using something like tretinoin or adapalene or tazarotene, which have a stronger evidence base, which for at least adapalene and tazarotene don't have that issue of photolability, are more stable with things like benzoyl peroxide, and which seem to work better. Again, these comparisons were against the lowest strength versions of these products. I would expect adapalene 0.3% or tazarotene to be much more effective than topical isotretinoin 0.05% when it comes to treating acne. So on that, topical isotretinoin, something to consider. It wouldn't be something I would use. I'd rather use something like over-the-counter adapalene, which is accessible and more affordable than most topical isotretinoin products that you can get right now. And I definitely wouldn't view this as an alternative to oral isotretinoin. It's just not going to have enough efficacy to replace it. And it's unlikely to induce that durable remission that we see with isotretinoin because it's not going to get into the sebaceous glands in the skin like you can when you go from the inside out with a pill medication. And if you're not really effectively getting to the sebaceous glands and causing sebaceous gland apoptosis, shrinking of the oil glands in the skin, then you're not going to see that durable remission that we see with oral isotretinoin. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you have, please give it a like so that we can share it with more people in the community. Ask me your questions about acne and topical isotretinoin in the comments below. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is what makes these videos possible. And until next time, see ya.